Hello, my lovely Cancers. Welcome to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. So, this is going to be a general love reading for my wonderful Cancers in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate fully with every single person out there, but I do hope that you find it useful, helpful, or at least enjoyable. Always take what does resonate, leave what doesn't for somebody else. If you've come across this message today, I'm sure there's probably something in the message for you. And if you're new here, then huge welcome and thank you so much for trying me out. I really appreciate it. And if you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back and thank you so much for your wonderful support. So this is a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. And of course, I'm saying this is how you feel, this is how they feel. If it resonates for you the other way around, just reverse the roles. It's absolutely fine. And even if you're a cross watcher and you've come here to find out about Cancer, you might be resonating in the Cancer position, so that's fine. Just flip the roles. Okay. I did like a bit of a pre-shuffle for you, Cancer, and I saw a message coming through about someone hasn't really healed from a situation. It doesn't have to be you, it could be another person. They're not really able to let something go or like let an ending go. You may well be more, the other person, whoever that is, might be more focused on their work and their career right now, but it could be like some unexpected communication coming in from someone who's impatient or is like a aggy energy. It was what I was getting from this person, like sending some sort of message, needing to open up the lines of communication again, but they haven't really taken the time that they needed to maybe heal from something unhealthy, or just there needed to be a bit of a timeout and they can't deal with that, whoever that is. It's, maybe that timeout would have been beneficial, but they're impatient to kind of, no, we need to talk again now kind of thing. That was what was coming through in the pre-shuffle. So can I get the top 8 cards? We'll see if that is relevant to the reading. I'm going to get the top 8 cards for Cancer, please. That could just be a side note for someone. All right. Oh my gosh. Or not, considering the first card out from the first deck and how you feel about this person, Cancer, is the Devil. Maybe they do need to do some healing. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, the bottom of this deck is the World, 8 of Wands, Justice, Wheel of Fortune. What is this? There might be some communication coming in which gives you some sense of closure, or is almost like a bit of a reward, or makes you feel better about something that potentially you feel has already ended. So in what I was just describing from the pre-shuffle, this would be like that there was some sort of ending between you and somebody else and it felt unfair the way it came to pass, and you've maybe been doing the best that you can to move on, to heal your hurt emotions or anything about that, and then but it didn't feel completely fair that this other person you felt like they didn't really experience anything, or they didn't feel any loss of losing you or something, and it's almost like you're already kind of doing pretty good, but then some communication comes in and you find out that this actually did really affect this other person, and I'm not necessarily seeing that you therefore want to start anything with them again. So far it's only the first deck, but it just makes you feel a bit better because you're like, oh, it did affect you. Okay. Well, now like this kind of the scales seem more balanced. It wasn't just me who was affected by this. Okay, yeah. So because there might have been something lingering that kind of pulling you back from maybe having some success in terms of moving on, because of still lingering thoughts about the past, Cancer, or memories about this person, reminiscing about them. I just kind of get a sense of it was still, maybe even subconsciously you didn't realize that it was, but pulling you back from really charging forward in a new direction. It could have even been like a concern of maybe this was my happily ever after, and maybe there was something I could have done more, to make this happen, to make this work. I get a strong sense of closure coming towards you when it comes to this person. It might even be not only that if they get in touch, they kind of give you the sense that, oh, actually it did affect you too, but it might also be like somehow like sets you free in some way is what I'm getting, because you realize that they really haven't done the work on themselves, or they actually, in the time out that you've had between the two of you, they haven't made the use of it that they could have done. And maybe you're in a different place now, but they are not. They're still in the same place they were when you parted ways before. Let's carry on. Can I get the top 8 cards from this deck, please? All right. Okay. Oh yeah, they're definitely going to be in touch. Definitely. Okay, at the bottom of this deck now we have the 5 of Cups. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I sense this was a situation where you were really disappointed that something substantial and real and like a proper relationship did not manifest in this situation with this person. You may have, cried about this person, or cried about the loss, or the fact that this just didn't get off the ground, or that if you knew this person before, that the fact that you couldn't make a new beginning will happen with them again, kind of thing. Now, the other thing I'm seeing is that there is that this person may be regretting the fact that they didn't have some sort of they didn't embrace a golden opportunity with you, Cancer, and as a result they are popping up from a situation that, as far as you were concerned, is over, and you had to accept that, popping up with some gesture to show that they care about you, but could be an apology, but if so, it's really taking them a lot to get the words out. This might be someone who struggles with apologizing. Now, I also see that if there might be Leo energy, there might be a bit of, it doesn't have to mean you're dealing with a Leo, but there might be a bit of pride involved. This person struggles with actually admitting when they did something wrong, or when they, it's almost like they might be coming towards you in a bit of a aggy energy, but what they would actually like is to kind of express their emotions to you, but they're not very good with that. It might be some regret that they turned their nose up effectively at kind of getting on board in an equal, fair way with you. Maybe both putting in equal effort into the start of something new. Maybe they just fumbled it, basically. And as a result, you felt it was, intuitively it was best to wait, or to find another path. Because this person may just not have been putting in equal amounts of effort into making some new beginning happen with you. They may have They may also have needed to leave something in their own past emotionally, like something they needed to get over or some issues that you needed to work on, for example. And maybe intuitively you knew that before as well, Cancer. I feel like this person that you were dealing with was still had some sort of attachment to something that they needed to close out once and for all in their life. You might have been waiting for them to do that. Now, it doesn't have to be another person, but it could be the influence of another person who was standing in the way of them being completely free and singled and able to do what they want. Now, that doesn't have to be another romantic partner. It could have been just a family member or, you know, someone that they felt tied and bound to, or it might not even been a person. It might just have been even like some sort of previous trauma that they'd experienced, something unhealthy, basically, an influence. And I kind of get the sense that you were waiting for them to wrap that up. Now, it could be that if they're coming towards you with this communication because they just can't, they've run out of patience of not talking to you and they need to talk to you again, kind of thing. But I feel like if you haven't spoken for a while and then they do get in touch, but they still, and you're like, okay, we've been working on that thing that you really used to work on before, and if they haven't, then it might just be like the final closure that you needed to accept that, okay, when is this ever going to change, you know? Clarify for me with this deck one more time, and then I will go through the spread for you, Cancer. Give me the top 8 cards, please, for my lovely Cancers. It's like this person is holding on to things that no longer serve them, like clinging to them, maybe out of not wanting to face them, or not wanting to let them go, one of the two, or like... Anyway. Alright. Oh, I really hope this person isn't married, because I really don't want to talk about like a married partner who needs to like... Again, this keeps coming through, and like people just need to choose who you get married to more wisely. I don't know. Like, oh, the 7 of Cups has come out on top of the 7 of Cups. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe we are going to have to talk about it. The Empress is at the bottom of the deck, and the Emperor is already on the spread from the same deck. That's interesting. And obviously, if you're the married one, then please don't take offence by me saying be more careful about who you get married to. It's just that it just keeps coming through about people who are married, like stepping out on their marriages, or like not wanting to leave their married partner who they don't love. And I just like, ugh. Never been married myself, so I can't really judge. But then, you know. Anyway, let's carry on with the reading and get off my soapbox. I do see that there is energy here of someone here wanted to move things forward. However, they refused to deal with something potentially from their past. Now, it could be from their childhood. It doesn't have to be. but it's something from the past was still heavily affecting them, and they refused to deal with it. It was like it's a bit of denial energy, but also like a kind of a subject matter that you can't talk about with this person, that they don't want to, we don't talk about that. We just try and like sweep that under the rug or skate around that or be on eggshells around that kind of subject matter. But it was kind of impairing their vision about moving forward for the future because they refused to deal with what was still affecting them. Maybe they didn't realize how much what happened in their past was skewing their view of their current situation / their future, how much of a part it was actually playing on that. They needed maybe some sort of courage to work, or like just the courage to accept that they're not perfect, because no one's perfect, whoever this is, and they were going to need to do some work on themselves, as we all do. But I feel like to avoid that, they preferred to avoid working on themselves, which by doing that, they also kind of, again, turned their nose up is what I'm getting, or acted like they couldn't be bothered, and in terms of collaborating with probably you here, Cancer, and that hurt both of you in the process. They acted maybe a little like they weren't looking for anything serious, and acted standoffish. It's almost like someone was very sensitive, to the point that if you had, in some way, as the kids like to say, you triggered this person, Cancer, to, maybe you would have said, okay, well, you need to you've clearly got a bit of an issue with XYZ, and I feel like you might want to look into that, or it might be good for you to go to some therapy about that, or something, to work on this area that we can't just continue sweeping under the rug. Like, we should be able to talk about anything. If that is still such like a pressure point, like an open wound that's festering on you that we just have to try and like ignore and not touch, then it's only going to get worse and more infected. So it needs to get looked at. And it's almost like by pointing that out, rather than do the work to heal themselves, they chose to push you away instead, Cancer. Now, the fact that the Emperor and the Empress is here could involve a marriage. It can also talk about parent dynamic. The Emperor and the Empress are mother and father of the tarot as well. It can also just talk about a very significant connection between the two of you. So this could have been even that this was someone that you were married to, and you just you needed them to work on this area of themselves to help the relationship, to help the two of you work for the long view, and they refused to do the work. But it's almost like this person just wanted to kind of get away with getting through life or getting through a relationship with you or whatever by acting in their self-interests and really just doing whatever felt good for them in the moment. Acting maybe impulsively as well, communicating impulsively, just as I said, out of not just selfishness, but also short-sightedness and just what felt good in the moment, and like, oh, this feels like a win, so I'm going to say this, but are they really winning long term? There definitely seems to have been some isolation between each other recently, and also a change, potentially a bit of a change of perspective for through an ending now. But it seems to be more that this person may have, for example, acknowledged through the ending that seems to have occurred that there is such a strong connection between the two of you that they can't replace, or that they won't be able to find elsewhere. But I still, from what I've seen so far, get the sense that as much as they're aware of that, they want to come back because of that. But have they actually started working on themselves or done anything in the time out? Potentially no. Let's get into the spread Cancer. How you're feeling about this person? Well, we've got the Devil, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So the Devil is Capricorn energy, but not all Capricorns are devils. So there we go. The Devil in this deck is represented by Hades, and I'm in the camp of Hades is not necessarily a bad guy just because he got put in charge of the underworld. So I think they did him a little bit dirty there, but yeah. All right. So, but here he is. He's the Devil. Is how you're feeling about this person. Well, how can I put this? It's like you feel potentially this person could be a little bit controlling about certain scenarios, and also they might, what's that? It's just coming into my head. It's like they run roughshod over other people's feelings, or they don't really consider other people when they act. They just do things when it's convenient for them, and they might also kind of luxuriate in their shadow side. And what I mean by that is kind of they seem to wear their issues as some kind of like armor or like badge of honor, that they have these issues rather than dealing with them. It's almost like and this is how you feel about them, not necessarily what they're aware about themselves, but you feel this way about them, that they are it's almost like they might be proud of their issues and they don't want to actually deal with them and let them go. You might feel like they actually empowers them in some twisted way, like they're powered by their trauma. Obviously we can be empowered to do better with our lives because of the shitty things that we've all experienced, but that's not what I mean. But then with this Ace of Cups, they feel like, so you feel like, well, you might be feeling like this person is very passionately driven to make a new start happen with you, like in the near future. But you still feel like they really have a lot of stuff they need to deal with, which they haven't because they're still coming through as the Devil. And also that you feel like, it's always on their time frame. It's always on when it suits them, when it's suitable for them, and no one else really has an opinion, or like anyone else is to be considered when they decide that they want something. Tell me more about how Cancer is feeling about this person. Page of Wands came out in reverse with the Chariot. But yeah, and underneath the Chariot is the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. This is very much what I saw in your pre-shuffle, actually. This is very impatient, aggy communication. It's immature. It's stupid. It's just the word that came into my head. Like, it's maybe someone who is in a rush. So rather than, let things, give things the chance to build from, okay, if we're restarting communication, then we need to build. It's almost like someone wants to push things, so they might even push things into an argument, but it's almost this Devil card is giving me the sense you might feel like they get a kick out of it. That they get a kick out of aggy situations where there's conflict or drama or saying something. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's like, it's not necessarily immature, it's saying something to purposefully wind the other person up, to cause confrontation. It's inflammatory. That's the flipping word. You feel like this person, it does this on purpose. They might say things that are inflammatory because they enjoy having, getting a effect out of the other person as well. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Ooh, the Hermit with the Ten of Swords. So, So again, I feel like there's already been an ending between the two of you because you couldn't get on the same page, and there were certain blocks, I've talked about what they were already, that meant that as far as you were concerned, you're like, right, well then we can't move forward. It's almost like it's this part of you that, I don't know if that's going to be the case by the time you talk to this person. I feel like they're actually going to change your mind and give you some solid closure about them, but it might be before this that they come towards you again, that you're like, well, I would consider a new beginning in love with you, with that Ace of Cups, but only if, if they came towards me, Earth Rose Tarot, ever since our ending, and I can see that they've gone on some sort of dark night of the soul, spiritual journey, awakening with the Hermit energy, and learnt a lot, gained a lot of wisdom, matured, etc., then maybe an Ace of Cups could be considered. But so maybe that might be just where you are, like, as you come towards this reading of, yeah, if they went through that, then it could be considered. But right now, as far as I know them, they are this toxic, aggy, inflammatory way of modus operandi, and that's just not going to work. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. Anything else? Yeah, Six of Cups, Three of Swords. So again, that's what I'm saying. There is part of you when you're at this point that misses them, that it really hurts, the fact that you're not together with this person. You do think, see, this is what I was getting where I was saying that they give you some sort of closure, which actually there was still some part of you holding on to the good memories with this person, but it's almost like they are getting back in touch with you because they can't stand the fact that you're not in touch right now, or the time apart that there's been. But it's doing the opposite effect. It's almost cementing with you the closure, and actually it's anything that was holding you back from properly moving forward, because there was still some part of you, even subconsciously, that was in the past with this person. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case anymore. This could be backfiring on them. Them rushing in. Let's carry on. How are they feeling about you, Cancer? We have the Two of Wands, the Hermit, and the Emperor. Sorry, I was just looking at that Two of Wands card. I think this Two of Wands card is represented by the Greek god or the person in Greek mythology who kind of was the father of medicine, like traditional doctor. Well, I clearly can't speak traditional doctoring. Because the medical symbol of the staff with the two snakes that wrap around it. I know there's a special name for that symbol, which obviously I can't remember, so bear with me, but that's just is reminding me of that. So with the Hermit as well, and the Emperor. Now this is how this person feels about you, Cancer. They may feel like, for a start, you might have Virgo, or someone here might have Virgo in their chart as well, and maybe Aries, but there's quite a lot of major arcana, so there's some Libra here as well. Taurus, Libra again. Okay, that's about it. So it's just interesting because this person maybe feels like they do have more inner work that they need to do with themselves, some introspection that they need to do. They might feel like you have pointed them down a new path, which involved a lot of self-reflection and introspection, and kind of maybe getting to the root of, they might have had some issues with a father figure in particular, or they have issues with figures of authority, or even they might have issues relating to their own masculine energy. Everyone has masculine and feminine energies. It's when they're out of balance that people come through really toxic outward perceptions. But so they might need to do some healing of their own divine masculine. So they could also, because of that, they might have problems with being in charge in such a way that it doesn't have to be tyrannical. They can be a leader while still considering the needs and the considering other people's whilst also being a strong leader. They might have some sort of trouble with that, where their only example that they've had for masculine energy has been very tyrannical, or very, this is my way or the highway, and they may feel like you have pointed maybe some areas out with that kind of thing that they know that they need to flush out from themselves. It's like they might feel like you have pointed them in the direction of where they need to hold, pull focus, hold a light to, and be like, oh, I did not know that was festering inside of me. It's just been in the dark. I couldn't see it before. So that's kind of what I'm getting, is that they really feel like you have been very, I don't want to say helpful. Thanks, Cancer. You've been very helpful. No, but like you've been very, like a positive influence for them. And you've really been a wonderful guide for them to maybe on what they need to do to be able to do better and level up themselves, to grow, to develop, basically. Now, I feel like they were rushing towards you, with you, Cancer, maybe represented by the Empress here, trying to rush towards you when they weren't at Emperor level. Does that make sense? So they were rushing towards an Empress, not yet an Emperor, probably more in a King of Wands kind of energy, and just hoping that they could brush whatever it was that really needed to be dealt with for them to be able to step into Emperor energy. Just brush that under the carpet, Empress. Don't look at that. Look at me, kind of thing. But you were like, no, sorry, that's not going to work. Anything else about how they're feeling about Cancer, please? Two of Swords. Well, that is an energy of denial and looking away from the truth. Justice and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Wow, flip me. Four of Wands. Four of Wands fell out with the Ten of Pentacles and the Lovers. And the Emperor. Wow. Okay, so essentially they feel, just what I was saying about how that you have basically made them look at areas that they were trying to avoid and be in denial about. And then we have that Two of Swords that's come out, which is literally someone like just trying to just not deal with something whatsoever. And they feel like about you, Cancer, that they want to make things right. And they feel like they should be communicating with you to do that. And there's a lot here about commitment and, you know, being ready for something serious. Four of Wands there, as I said, Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, and now the Emperor. Please excuse my stomach rumbling. Why Justice with the Eight of Wands? Oh yeah. Three of Wands with the Ten of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Wands. So they feel like they need to make things right with you as well, Cancer, because they feel like they ignored you, or they gave you the impression that they just didn't want to deal with this. It was more the fact that they just didn't want to deal with themselves. But the truth of the matter is that they do see, I mean, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Four of Wands. They basically see you as the person that they would see long-term with, long-term happiness, marriage, commitment, everything. So they feel like they really need to communicate with you fast. Again, I'm getting this, like lack of patience with this person. Their like impulsivity is coming through, and the need to rush in and talk to you and kind of put that right, because they have just potentially either pushed you away or acted as if they didn't see you, they didn't see your worth, and that acted as if you weren't putting any work or effort towards when it's absolutely not the case. So what happened in the past in this connection? We have the Six of Wands, the Empress, and the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, Six of Wands and the Empress, this really talks about, this would be like some, you know, coming across someone and being like, holy shit, that person's flipping amazing kind of thing. This, you know, this is someone who absolutely, ow, sorry, I just slammed my foot. Oh, flip. This is someone who really gains a lot of attention and is really like incredible. The demands respect, and just purely from being so impressive. This is someone very impressive. Again, I think this is what I already said, to be honest, is that this person saw you or came across you, Cancer, in Empress energy and was like, wow, Cancer's amazing. But there was, and the focus was on you, but it was also avoiding dealing with a lot of stuff that was also present. Now, that could have also been things that they just didn't tell you about as well. Just left out of, you know, the conversation. They just wanted to focus on you. They wanted to focus on how amazing you were. I feel this person could have really given you a lot of praise, or yeah, exactly, like got lots of compliments, told you how amazing you were, put you on a kind of pedestal kind of thing, potentially. They were really interested. They were really like, wow, no one else compares kind of thing. However, there was other stuff going on with this person that they just thought, just don't worry about that. That's never going to come back and bite me later. Let's see if I can get any more information. Tell me what else happened in the past, please. Because also they wanted to be successful with you. You wanted to be successful with them. Obviously, like, it was positive. So it might have also been trying to impress you because they found you so impressive. So in the process, they didn't want to be completely open with you about parts of them that weren't so impressive. Just out of sheer well, I guess it's natural. You know, you don't want to lay out all your flaws immediately. Everyone has flaws, but you know, you don't want to scare someone off immediately or be too much too soon. So I just get a sense more like, let's just focus on the good stuff, and so that we can have success. What else happened in the past, please? Six of Wands has come out. Six of Wands, clarifying the Six of Wands. Cannot tell you how often this happens. And I'm like, great, I'm glad I got the right shuffle, but can you tell me more information? That's why I'm clarifying. Yeah, they just wanted... well, both of you probably felt like this was great. This was going really well. There could have been friends around you that really approved of the connection too. For some of you, this was like supported by your loved ones. I feel like there was this like nagging issue that this person was aware of, but they really just wanted to try and ignore it. Tell me more, please. So the Elder of Wands has flown out, and then the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you were married to this person in the past. I think I said that already. The Elder of Wands can also be like a father figure, or a senior member of the community that really wanted to see the two of you married. I almost get the sense of you guys went into something together and this person was aware of the other stuff that was under the surface the whole time, but they didn't want to make you aware of it before they kind of locked you down. Just bear with me 1 second. Sorry, my dog needs to leave the room. Climb down off here without slamming my foot again. Sorry, 1 second. Come here. Here you go. Good boy. Okay. Sorry about that. Oy. Otherwise he just stands next to the door, sadly. So, yeah. All right, let's get back to it. So, tell me more. What is this Elder of Wands about, please? What happened in the past? Because this maybe there was just like a lot of people around that were like, oh, this is so great that you guys are getting together. Really happy about it. Yeah, this is a new beginning. It's going to make everyone so happy that the two of you are coming together. What's the Elder of Wands about, please? Nine of Cups has come out. Ace of Cups. The Empress. Also, this person may have been really happy to kind of there might have been some element, whether it was this person or you, Cancer, of moving on from the traditions that maybe their own past had tried to enforce on them, breaking free of that, and breaking free of the feeling of being restricted by the environment in which they started, and just feeling like, well, now the world is my oyster in this new direction, maybe with Cancer. This can be so successful because it's like a transition here of their past, which might have been or your past, which might have been very restrictive, or have very could have some sort of religious element, that someone was stepping away from one religious background for some of you to embrace relationship with their Empress, effectively. But it's almost like, okay, but are you gonna deal with what you're leaving behind? And that was like, no. We'll just put that in a trunk, put it in the spare room, put a lock on it, and no one ever has to talk about that again. So what is this person's current situation, Cancer? We have the Four of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the High Priestess. In their current situation, I mean, they're very focused on the stability, potentially, of the relationship between you and them, of having a family home, moving things forward out of choppy waters, out of struggle, out of conflict. Their current situation is focused on restabilizing, being serious, being reliable, wanting to move, like, for things to get better, and trusting their intuition with the High Priestess. This is generally quite a positive... It's like this person is trying to do better. And that's kind of... I don't know. Tell me more about the 4 of Wands, 6 of Swords, High Priestess and this person's current situation. Oh yeah, the Empress and the 5 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person really feels like they messed up, but this could be someone that you're currently married to, even, and maybe you guys have been in separation, Cancer. This person's situation is focused on doing right by their Empress, that they feel like their Empress has actually, well, you, Cancer, has pointed them in the direction that they needed to work on themselves to really be the Emperor that their Empress deserves. I don't know if they necessarily have, to be honest, but that being said, they feel like they want to make things right. They are regretful. They want there to be a new beginning between the two of you. Page of Wands in reverse, though, with the 8 of Swords. This person just has a real proclivity, I think that's the word, to... it's not just speak before they think, but also it's just to step on other people's need for space or patience. Like, it's a very unhealed energy, but this person refuses to heal because they might not be comfortable with periods of silence, or, you know, not just between... Obviously, it's not comfortable when you're not talking to the person you love, but, like, just on their own, they might not be able to be someone who can just sit in silence for, like, a little bit. They might need to constantly be talking or constantly expressing themselves, or, you know, there's... through talk. They might be getting advice as well, from someone who they consider to be like a guide of some sort. If they're apart from you at the moment, Cancer, they might be trying to get advice from... They might have someone that they go to for advice, or guidance, who isn't necessarily like a traditional person that you might go to. So it might not be their like mother or father, like a lot of people might traditionally go to. It might be more they have a connection with someone who is... It's unusual, but it works. It would be like, I don't know, they go to their mechanic or their personal trainer or something, just off the top of my head, just examples. And it's not only that those people, you know, provide their mechanic needs or personal training or whatever, but they are also like a bit of a guru that can offer them advice from a different perspective as well. They are, so they're trying to improve things in their world, in their, potentially in their marriage, if that's with you, Cancer, as well. And to do their best to, like, do better in terms of coming from a place of authentic, what they really mean inside themselves, like listening to, like, more of a gut feeling. Not listening to an impulsive toxicity. Again, I'm getting that thing of like, what you're about to say, where is that coming from? Is that really what you want to say, or is that coming from a an unhealed part of you that is applying itself to your present and your future from your past. What does this person wish would happen between you and them in the connection, Cancer? We have the Six of Pentacles, Justice, and the Eight of Swords. So the Six of Pentacles and Justice both talk about what they want is for the connection to be fair, equal reciprocation of effort, input, two people to give equally, maybe financially as well. It's just both parties to be on the same page and to understand each other. But I'm also getting that they might want you to understand things without them explaining and without them giving you a clear understanding about it. Well, I suppose that's just me saying the same thing in a different way. But like this Eight of Swords, it's almost like they're aware that you can't see past the areas that they will not discuss with you. And it's like they would like you to have an understanding about it without them having to discuss it, essentially. They might feel like you can't get past that from obviously what has been happened between you already. And let me just clarify. Tell me more. Why is the Eight of Swords here and what they want to happen between Cancer and themselves? Why the Eight of Swords? King of Cups, so that's your energy, Cancer, with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Pentacles came out sideways, crossing the Eight of Swords. So they want a new beginning with you. Bearing in mind, I feel like you kind of do as well, but only if they have actually gone on the journey of the hermit that you need them to. And what I'm getting is that they are like, Cancer is the one who can't see past, the blockages that they're creating. And Cancer's the reason that we can't have a new beginning right now, because they're so focused on the other stuff. It's wow, I just split the deck and the Ace of Swords is there. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So why this Six of Pentacles and Justice? The Devil just came out with the Tower. So much Major Arcana. The Star just came out. Honestly, I just keep getting the message that what they want is for the two of you to be on the same page and to give equally to the situation again. And they want you to understand things that currently you feel is a block, that they want you to understand without giving you a way to understand. And it's like they feel like you're focusing on the issues with the Devil card, whereas what they want is for you to focus on just keep the hope alive, just keep the faith that things will improve in the future. So right now, yeah, I didn't even look, but the Nine of Swords is at the bottom of the deck where I'm saying that. It's like you're very aware of seeing the Devil that is in the presence, Is the Devil in the room with us right now? Yeah, you're like, yes, it is actually. And what they want is for you to, with this Star card, for you to look up at what could happen in the future. Okay. I feel like they might have a little bit of an issue, like being possessive about you as well. That might be why they're so impatient to get back in touch if you haven't been, if you're in separation, if you're not talking. It's almost like because it's a little bit of like ownership over you. It's almost like what they want is for you to feel like, okay, you don't, we can't talk about those things, or that's, but rather than focusing on that, focus on all the good stuff. Focus on what I give to you in the relationship, or focus on my good parts. And it's almost like I just want that to be enough for Cancer, basically. What is the block or the challenge to this connection moving forward, Cancer? We've got the King of Pentacles and then the Seven of Cups twice from 2 different decks in the same position. King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. It's interesting because the Seven of Cups can talk about confusion and illusion of what is real or what is not. And it's also can talk about options. Now, the King of Pentacles, he is in the challenge position though. So this could talk about the fact of the challenge here is someone. This is Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo energy again. There's Capricorn and Virgo and Taurus throughout in the major arcana already. So you could be dealing with someone with Earth in their chart. But please clarify. It could be talking about the fact the challenge here is that there is someone is portraying themselves as very focused on long-term and being a reliable, committed partner, but they're doing it more through financial support, or kind of offering that side of themselves as almost an illusion of what is really there. Tell me more, please. Why are the Seven of Cups twice? Don't give me the Seven of Cups. Okay. Okay. The Lovers in the Tower came out. I was wondering about this as well, because the other thing is the challenge could be that Cancer, you might have options at this point as well. There could be a King of Pentacles in the midst who is starting to already shake things up about, you know, it might be enforcing your own boundaries, because you may have had a different experience romantically with a King of Pentacles since you've been in separation with this person who's coming through in the spread, and that may have really undermined the power that this person has over you. Tell me about that King of Pentacles, please. Why is he in the challenge position? Why is the King of Pentacles here? Yeah, talk about boundaries, and the Queen of Swords comes out with the Seven of Wands. I don't know if it might be a challenge here that this person just feels like they can move things forward very quickly by making some sort of gesture which is based on money, or kind of like giving you a gift of something and being like, okay, everything's fixed, we can move forward now. And it's no longer the case that they can put like a bandage over things like that. I need a different deck actually. Why is the King of Pentacles here as, thank you, the Nine of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles? Why the Nine of Pentacles? Sorry about my stomach. Temperance, Page of Cups. See, I feel like Cancer, you're, yeah, Three of Pentacles. I feel like you might have somebody else who's showing you interest as well, who might be wanting to collaborate with you. It could just be early days with that person at the moment, but they're definitely interesting. And it's kind of like, as I said, it's, why is that this Seven of Cups here twice though, as the challenge? The moon. Okay, so you're not sure essentially what is real with this person who's coming through in the spread. What is real and what is illusion? Why the moon? King of Cups. It's almost like this, the person that's coming through in the spread, you might feel like they are, they show a soft emotional side, only they want to get their way, or they want to heal things with you as well, and they want to make things better, but they can like turn it on and turn it off again. I don't feel like you trust them when they are, yeah, trying to make a return, I was about to say, and then the Six of Cups comes out with the Five of Swords. Yeah, you're looking past them like, okay, what's next? What's coming around the corner? There's a real suspicion about the person coming through in the spread. I don't think you trust them at this point, because it might be like you feel like they already kind of left things out before. And also the fact that they're what they want to happen is for you to be like, okay, so we can't talk about these things, but I'll be fine with that because, you know, we live in a nice house. It depends what your priorities are, I guess. But the challenge essentially is that you don't feel like you can get the full clear story from this person, and they focus more on money and maybe grandiose monetary gestures as a fix-it. So they come in, but it's in a way it's deceptive and it's a distraction. Alternatively, or as well as that, there might also be a little bit of someone else might have made you kind of question what you really want now, and opened up your eyes to be like, okay, I do have other options as well. That could also be a challenge to this connection. So the action that this person's most likely going to take towards you next, Cancer, we have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and Justice. So again, Eight of Wands. I think I said from the start, this person is going to be getting in touch and communicating with you again in the near future. Now, it could be that they want to talk about things that they weren't honest with you about before to try and make that right, effectively. That would be a very straightforward reading of this. They want to try and balance the scales between the two of you by owning up to areas where they weren't honest before. Use this one. What is this about? Why the Seven of Swords? Or it could be that they are going to be coming in with some sort of deception, which is what you're concerned about, to try and get their way in the way a conversation goes, to try and get the two of you back on an equal page, to make you feel like they have, that you can trust them, to try and make things right with you, but through lying. Let's see, why is the Seven of Swords here in the action? Oh, I see. I see. Wow. Ten of Pentacles fell out and the Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Jeez Louise. This person wants to avoid a divorce with you, potentially. They're going to be communicating, telling you that they have learnt their lesson, that they have made the choice to do some work on themselves. If they tell you that they have been going to therapy, ask for the receipts. Like, what? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Nine of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Why is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, please? The Empress in reverse. Why? Nine of Swords. Seven of Cups. One sec. This person is very concerned. They don't want you to be single, Cancer. They do not want you to be single. They don't want to lose their Empress, effectively. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. When the Seven of Cups came out, I was just talking about the challenge here is this sense of either, you know, getting clarity on the kind of illusion that you were looking at before and setting new boundaries as a result. And then the Queen of Swords is at the bottom with the same card out in the next position. They don't want you to be single. They're extremely worried about losing their Empress that they had, that they found, that they kind of tried to fake it till you make it about being the Emperor for that Empress. So yeah. But they're coming back, still trying to fake the fact that they have leveled up, and they are now, you know, they've learned, they are ready to be your Emperor. They have learnt their lesson, effectively. Nope. But that's what I got from the start. But let's carry on. Finally, what's going to be happening between the two of you going forward? Cancer, we have got the Four of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Tower. This Four of Swords card is represented by Hypnos, who in the Greek mythology, you know, is to do with sleep. So obviously we think about hypnotherapy and that kind of thing as well, like when we're put into like kind of like a hypnosis or a sleepy, like, you know, in between awake and asleep kind of place. Not that I've ever had it, but that's my knowledge about it. Ten of Pentacles with the Tower. The thing is, what I got in the pre-shuffle was a Four of Swords in reverse and a Temperance in reverse. Both cards upright would talk about healing and resting and recuperation, that kind of thing. But here I'm kind of getting, rather than actually healing through a timeout, someone was just waiting and maybe sleeping through, rather than doing anything about what they had been brought to their attention that they needed to do something about. And it's kind of like it's catching up with them, that the Tower is falling when it comes to a Ten of Pentacles situation between, I would say, you and them, Cancer. Let's use that. I don't think I've used this one yet. Just tell me, why is the Four of Swords here in the outcome here? It might be that you receive some sort of aggy message from them trying to restart, you know, in a very conflicty, arguey kind of way, and you choose not to respond. And I just really get the sense that what they do here really is like the final nail in the coffin about a future with this person for you, as much as you were, because it's kind of like maybe you were waiting for them, or hoping, because it was painful for you being apart from them, hoping for a new beginning. And then instead they give you closure, and they give you the complete 100% confirmation that it's almost like, the Tower, it's like a new tower of realization when it comes to this long-term commitment. Tell me about the Four of Swords, please. Dude. Ten of Swords. Wow. The Star is at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost like what you were wishing for is maybe a conversation with this person. Underneath that, I've got to move the Star because he's naked. Eight of Wands. the back and forth communication, the devil, finding out this person is still really has a lot of issues that they are still living under the shadow of. Page of Swords, finding out information, like looking at it objectively from a distance, like maybe even having like almost like an out of body moment where you view the situation for it in its reality, and as a result, disappointment of Five of Cups. The Hermit underneath the Five of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Wow. That would be kind of, it's sad, but my wisdom, again, that kind of, it feels like you're quite emotionally intelligent, Cancer. And it's almost like you have enough inner wisdom to know from the conversation with this person that it might just be better that you gain your independence from them. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here, please? The Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Really? Listen, Eight of Pentacles came out with the Ten of Pentacles in the middle, and now the Nine of Pentacles is there. And the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Seriously, the conversation that this person attempts to have with you, or not attempts, but has with you, or the messages that they send to you, like, can we keep working on this Ten of Pentacles situation between the two of you? See these two people here, like, building each other with the Eight of Pentacles card, and but building towards that Ten of Pentacles. I'm not going to pick it up, but it's right here. I showed you already. And then the Nine of Pentacles, that liberation, the independence I was just talking about with the Queen of Swords. Someone who's like, no, this is not going to work. This, it doesn't matter how much we continue working on this. Eight of Pentacles, it's not going to be the Ten of Pentacles, and I need my independence from this. Why the Tower? The Tower with the Ace of Swords. Just a couple of minutes ago, I said this tower is going to be a new tower of realization that this is truly over. And then obviously the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, they are. Wow, interesting reading, Cancer. I really hope it was useful for someone out there. Thank you so much for watching the video and for all your support. If you haven't liked the video already, please do hit the like button for me. It's free for you to do, it just takes a second, and it really helps the channel and the video, so a huge thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I recommend hitting the notification bell so you know when I upload, because it is a bit sporadic. And if it resonated, please do leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you so much again. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.